Hello, everybody. It's Judge Free Time here. Now, if you remember about near 2 years ago, but it's re-uploaded, I made a video on how I deal with debt. This is the part 2 of that video because I believe there is some things I left behind. Now, in the other video, I said that the Jacobs Recovery was trying to get money out of me for too much benefits or some shit like that, even though it was their own fault that they did that. Well, after that, they took out my benefits. Which means that they really did thieve it. But that's the council for you, and that's also other companies for you. They will try and thieve it out of you, and it's disgusting, really, that they're thieving it out of you. I thought that was on there, that little tablet. Anyway, yeah. So, as I said, the Jacobs Recovery didn't do shit. But as soon as they realized they couldn't do shit, the council decided, let's just take it out of his fucking benefits because they're cunts like that. Now, that was a kind of a bad example because that was the council, and because I was on benefits, they found another way. But if you was on like council, if you owed council money, and you wasn't on benefits, technically it would be like the old system, and it still would be like the same with the debt thing, how you would ignore it. Now, I'm still getting debt collector letters. I'm getting many, many lies from many, many companies that I detest paying money because I believe that they fucked up the contract. For example, Sky, what they did was they charged me for 2 months, even though the fact that they fucked up and they didn't even give me any credit for it, even though they were cunts in the first place. So I fucked them off because I thought, well, the routers are terrible, the service is kind of terrible, the internet was moderately okay, but I just didn't like the service at all. I didn't like how they were behaving like that, and if they were going to keep doing that, it would have been a pain in the ass to pay them every 2 months. So I thought, fuck that. The next one was TalkTalk, due to the fact that the router was terrible and it broke down, and I was wondering if there was any firmware updates or anything. They said only us can do it, blah, blah, blah. So I fucked them off because and then I've been with Plus now, and we all know how that went. They limited my service even though I was paying them money, and their service kept fucking up, and they said, oh, you're the only 10%, blah 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 blah, and that was bollocks. So yeah, I in the end I went with obviously the post office, and the post office is good. Now, another crap company, I have to say, was Now TV. They were basically a Sky rip-off, basically. They were just taking their stock from there. And they were okay for a while, but then over time, I wanted to change providers. I didn't like how it was working, how it was all online, etc. So I wanted to move providers. They said I was in a contract, even though the fact that the website states that there was no contract. So I fucked them off out of a contract. So the ending result was with the post office. And the post office has been giving me good service. All right, their routers are dog shit. I mean, there's that router down there. It's knackered. But I do have a new router down there. If you want to see it for real, just check out my Instagram. I show it. It's a TP-Link router, and it's really good. Very simple to set up. And I've realized over time that all the routers that you get from these companies are ass. So the best thing to do is to, put your own in. Because then you can, operate it yourself. Anyway, so this is how I deal with debt, right? I do nothing. Because if you respond and say, oh, I don't owe this, I don't owe that, then technically you're in trouble because you go into another contract with them. The debt letters are basically sold debt, which means it's no longer your problem, it's the bank's problem. Which means that if you contact them and you say you don't owe them money, then you get into their contract. Now, if you end your contract by cancelling your credit card and then going with someone else, they obviously allowed the switch to happen, so it's their own fault that you went into debt in the first place. So, in my opinion, you don't do anything, and they'll say you owe us money, and then eventually it will go to the debt collector letter. But that means also that you've won, because they're demanding money out of something like that, and they keep adding fees on, which is kind of funny, because in the letters, they don't deserve that money, because technically what they've done is they've added shit on that you don't really owe. For example, they say you go to a court hearing or whatever. They say you may go to court and all that, emphasize may, and all that other shit. And it's bollocks, because if you read the letter, they say that, oh, we went to court for you, and you have to pay £200 extra or £100 extra or whatever. And in the end, all they're doing is trying to fuck you over for them to give money to a contract, or themselves even, for money. So that is a scam, and they should be taken to court themselves for bullying the public like that. But yeah, anyway, the way I do it is very simple. Relax with orange minis. And you know what? Ignoring it works, because it's like TV licensing. Reply and you get shit. I haven't replied. I haven't done any of that shit. I've been fine. So, yeah, that's how you do it. So, if you owe money for something daft like that, it's pointless paying it back anyway, because it's been already bought to someone else. It's not really going to them. And basically, they buy the debt for about maybe 20 pence, maybe £1, and then they say, oh, let's give this a go, and they basically try and get money out of you that way. So that's how I do it. I just do nothing, because it's bollocks. You don't owe something that the contract has not given you. So, for example, you get shit internet, they've broken the contract. And if a bank has messed you around as well, technically they have broke the contract too, because they're not supposed to do that. I watched a guy that moaned about Santander, and fucking hell, they fucked him over big time. But in the end run, he decided to go, fuck you guys, let's go away from this. And he's had debt for like 20 years, and not one problem with it. So believe me when I say this, do nothing and it'll be fine. Don't worry, don't commit suicide over this bullshit. You will get weird debt collector letters, and if you Google search them quickly, they don't look like they're real. They don't look like they are real. Sorry, I can't speak properly. But yeah, they don't look real, so don't worry about it. That's how I see it these days. You're better off doing nothing, basically. Unless you want to pay the debt, then that's your own being. But at the end of the day, you don't have to pay it, because if that contract fucked you over big time, then you don't have to lift a finger. You don't have to go to court. You don't have to do any of this shit. They just pretend that they're bigger dicks than everyone else. I've been owing so-called companies loads of money for about near 3 years now. Not much has happened. If anything, nothing happened. No knocks, nothing. Maybe they have, but either I was out or doing something else. Or I was at my mum's, or I was doing something else. So don't worry about it. What is the point of worrying about something silly like that? I mean, at the end of the day, they fuck people over big time, so fuck back. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. If I missed anything, I will put little things on the screen here and here, maybe. But at the same time, there's not much to worry about. I mean, if they don't provide the service, or if they don't fix the problem, they're fucking you over. So change immediately. That's all I have to say. And the problem I had with Now TV was I couldn't even cancel my credit card to them. How I would normally. I have to press like the direct debit thing, because they had a new system. Yeah, more like to fuck someone over big time. So instead, I had to say my card was lost or stolen, because then it would have changed the information and they wouldn't get more money out of me. Isn't that fucked up that Now TV did that? That where they didn't even do direct debit, for fuck's sake. I prefer direct debit. It's so much easier. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. And please tell me below, have you got any debts that you need to tell me, and how you deal with it? I mean, me personally, I just do nothing, because if you do nothing, it will be bliss. Thanks for watching. Cheers.